Welcome back to another show of He Said, She Said. We are back for another topic this week. Last week we did numbers off the, why do black men date white women? But this topic for today is going to be online dating, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And of course, let me go around the room and introduce everybody. Of course, we got the first lady of the building. Go introduce yourself, my lady.
Chrissy J.
That's it. That's how you got from Chrissy J.
Listen, Chrissy J.
You gonna turn the mic around so there you go. Talking to the mic, man. There you go.
Like, don't start today.
Speaking to the mic.
Chrissy J. Fresh 40.
Fresh 40.
Fresh 40.
Fresh 40.
Happy belated.
Happy belated birthday to her. And for everybody, go on her Facebook page, share her video that she got of walking into 40. Make sure y'all check that out. It's a nice little 2-minute video of her. Fellas, y'all definitely might want to check that out. But go introduce yourself, Jarvis.
What's up, y'all? It's Jarvis. Just back for another show, man. Swing it over to Chuck.
They don't know about Chuck.
So, hold on. We got the legendary B Legend, aka Mr. Give It To Him from Beyond the Game. Go introduce yourself. Yeah, go introduce yourself.
Oh my gosh, when have I been
Super
Mr.
Noob.
When have I been
Mr. Super Noob.
Mr. Super Noob.
Nah, never that, man. Just be Watson, man. That's it.
Alright, so we're going to get on there to it. Before we do, we'll take a couple of callers here in a second, but before we do that, anybody got any online dating stories they want to share? B, I know you got a ton of them, but
Why?
I know you
Why
got a ton of them, but we gonna kick it around the room. Miss Lady, go ahead and go first.
I married my online, so.
Oh, so you got a successful.
I got a successful story.
Well, tell us how it happened.
Listen, I met him on Facebook.
Okay.
We had a mutual acquaintance at the time, but I met him on Facebook. I inboxed him. He inboxed me back for about 3 days, though. So then he hit me back up again. We talked for about 4 months. We met. We dated. Been together about 7.5 years now. Happily married 4.5.
4.5.
4.5.
Hey, some success story right
Shout out
there.
to my husband.
We say y'all met on what?
Facebook.
Okay.
No, I ain't say nothing about no Tinder.
My headphones was messing up. My bad.
Facebook. I inboxed him.
Oh, so you
Come on,
shot.
ladies.
You shot your shot.
Listen, I shot my shot.
Oh, now that's rare.
He was
That's very rare.
He was all the way in California. I shot my shot from full court. And
Ugh, Steph Curry with the shot.
But I actually heard it was Black Planet that you heard.
It was Black Planet. he had in his top 8.
In top
In his top 8.
On that Black Planet.
So before I kick this around the room, you touched on an interesting topic. Why do you think a lot of ladies are afraid to shoot their shot of gas?
Why do I think because to be honest with you, I think a lot of women, this is just my opinion, feel like that it's the man's place to get at them. Or some women think that it's 2 or 3 things. They think that they're gonna get shot down, or they feel like the man is just, you know what I'm saying, that's his thing. A lot of people live in a traditional mode. Not me. If I see something I want it, I'm going.
Hey.
That's what I did. Hey.
It worked out for you.
Yeah.
So let there be a lesson, ladies. Don't be too afraid to shoot your shot if you see a dude out there, aka hit my inbox. But Jarvis, you got a story for us, Jarvis?
Hey, just real quick. Miss Laney said, she said, wait, so he moved to Kentucky for you?
Man, listen. From California. Yeah, let's get on that. I shot my shot from full court from not just California, LA, California. To Kentucky.
He came from LA to come through.
How about that? Who moves from California to Kentucky?
Oh,
So if y'all didn't know, now y'all know.
Doing that.
Look, if y'all didn't know, now y'all know.
Hey.
So,
Hey.
man. Yeah. Jarvis, what about you, my guy?
Man, listen, I don't have any. Well, I'm gonna say I ain't got any positive type of stories about that, because I ain't gonna lie, on any online dating type of stuff I did, I just wasn't the right guy. I was
Savage.
Gonna call it what it is.
Yeah. But that was back in the days. I am tied down now, but yeah, I was definitely a savage on them things. So
You got a story from back then?
Dating all the way to the Black Planet days. Nah, but I tell you what's interesting though is that, like, you know, catfishing been around for like so long with that type of stuff. And I remember, you know, just some stories. I remember we was in college, and this is when I guess Black Planet had just started getting like real popular. And just even back then, I knew to not be naive enough to see like some pictures. I mean, you know, when you see pictures and it look like somebody took some stock photos from Google or something like that, you know. But now I really don't have any crazy stories that I could think of just off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it'll come to mind, and I'll touch on those. But yeah, but I mean, I will say, you know, Black Planet, MySpace, all that stuff was pretty good to me back in the day.
It was
so.
pretty good to you.
Black Planet, you went up at like 15. What was you doing?
Huh?
Huh?
I know, what was your Black Planet name?
Yeah.
Savage.
Man, what was it?
I remember mine.
Japan.
Japan.
Nah. Man, it was probably something silly like I don't know, maybe like Korean boy or something. It was something silly.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it was something silly.
But gonna swing it all the way over to be Latin. I know you stay with stories, especially off top when we off the air beyond the game. But that's another story for another day. You got any stories for us?
I mean, what kind of stories you looking for?
Good, bad, and ugly.
Give us that ugly.
Give us the ugly.
Well, real talk. I mean, you know, what Jarvis was saying, you get a lot of fake profiles. You know, you get a lot of people who will actually, you know, take pictures, model pictures, things like that, to make themselves look a certain type of way, you know, to catch your attention. Because reality is what? When you're online, it ain't about the words that you put.
Mm-hmm.
It's what the person looks like in most situations. You know what I'm saying? That's going to initially attract you to somebody, right? So, you know, I've had, you know, to share, you know, I ain't never necessarily been catfish though, like, you know, you eat somebody and then it's just like they're the whole, you know, totally different person. I'm able to catch on to it because I'm such an analytical, you know,
With the number.
a-hole that I'm just going to, you know, pay attention to detail. You can just pick up certain types of things. You know what I'm saying?
You feel like filters have changed the game?
Oh, my
heck
God.
yeah.
There's no question.
Oh,
There's no
heck
question. But you know, I'll be honest with you, I can never have a success story that you had because what I've run into is the women that I've met, they say, hey, you know, we could potentially do something, but I'm not moving to Lexington.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's what he said too.
Yeah.
That's what he
And
said.
I wonder what made him change his mind.
yeah, and they won't do it. And I understand it because, you know, to relocate from California, Texas, or something like that, from a career perspective, it takes a lot, you know, because you're going to sacrifice your career, you're going to sacrifice your money, you're going to sacrifice a lot to come and relocate to Lexington. So that person's got to, you know, be willing to do that, got to love you to death. If kids are about, there's a lot that goes into that equation. So I can honestly tell you that I've run into situations where it didn't work out just because of that.
Right.
You know,
And I get it. I mean, I don't want to move in Kentucky. I don't want to stay in Kentucky myself. For us, it was a stepping stone.
Sure.
It was more of a, I mean, I have 3 children, you know, at the time that were going to college, high school. It just made more economical sense. And he's in the medical field, so he can go wherever he wants to with that. But for us, it was just a pit stop. We're going to do here, and then we're going back to Cali. So, you know.
Nah, I mean, myself, I think you're probably the only person there who has a success story. I got a catfish. I mean, I've been catfished before on Black Planet.
Oh,
But other than, I mean, it was this chick. She lived in Winchester. I don't know where she's at nowadays. But anyways, so yeah, we you know, messaging back and forth or whatever. And then she's like, you know, can I come and see you or whatever? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Now, but keep in mind, like you said, back then there was no filters or nothing, but the pictures she had, it was like, but maybe like some of the pictures, you ever looked at a chick and some of the pictures be hit and miss? Like, it could be her, but it looked like it's not her.
Yeah.
So back then I was like, okay, yeah, you come on through. So she came on to the crib, she got out the car, and I have nothing against big sisters. My sister's a big sister. She didn't look nothing like the chick that came. It was,
Like you got
It's kinda like
something
on
against
Friday.
big sisters.
I ain't got nothing against big sisters. My sister's a big sister. I love her to death, but
Hey man, you like who you like, man.
man, look.
It
You
ain't
got your
that-
preferences?
You like what you like.
She came out, we talked, I kept it casual, we stayed on the front porch, we didn't even go in the house because I didn't even want her to get no idea of anything going on.
She put them hands in it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, she ain't putting no hands on me. Nah, she ain't putting no hands on me.
The double twist.
The devil.
We're going to take a quick commercial break here. He said, she said. When we come back, hopefully we have a couple callers call in, tell us they good, bad, ugly stories online.
Oh, hell.
Man, I email victims like, hey, bro, tell me,
Listen, with as many video chats they have available now, nobody should ever
Nobody
get
should,
hacked.
you should never
No,
get
should
not,
it.
never
not,
get
not
hacked.
now.
Oh, you don't want to fake? You don't want
Not
Skype? Are you on FaceTime?
I mean, it's just like the show Catfish. I mean, that's why I'll be like, that stuff's gotta.
That-
I
that
watch
gotta
it.
be fa-
Yeah, I
uh,
watch it because it's just humorous. Because there's no way, like you see people. Oh well, I've been talking to this person for 2 years, but I've never seen them. How
That's not possible.
how does that work? Like, and as a woman, look, online dating for a woman is very dangerous for a woman.
I want to get on that question too because
know.
how is it? This is my thing. I tell people, if you go to the grocery store, you meet somebody at the grocery store, right? You never met them a day in your life. You meet, hey, what's up? Can I take you out? You meet, you go to the movies, you go out to eat. You still getting to know that person.
Sure.
How is that any different than? I get that I get there's precautions, but right now with the way we are, there's no more 6 degrees of separation anywhere. So everything's through technology. So if you meet them at church, what was it, Christian Mingle? And that guy was going around killing all of them?
Killing all of them.
Like, you know what I mean? There's been people at church they met. It doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
just got to be able to decipher and take precautions on wherever you meet them at.
I just think that it's the predators. Social media has allowed them to hide.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know, behind the cameras, behind the internet. And so it just gives them more access, more avenues, more accessibility, to people. And that's why I think it's really dangerous for women, because these crazy dudes. I mean, I ain't trying to hate or nothing.
No,
just
it's
keep it
right.
100. These dudes, they be on
I
something
think
else.
social media has, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not gonna say end it. It's a lot easier for people to end their relationships because you can reach out and touch somebody with just a click of a button. To where you ever heard that saying, you only as faithful as your options.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I mean? So when you acting crazy, it's like, oh, you gonna act like that? I'm an inbox old girl. You know what I mean? So that's a
You bring that on up. Yeah. Where Jarvis go? You gonna get a rice cake or something?
a rice cake.
Rice cake, no green bean.
Welcome back to He Said, She Said, and the topic for today is online dating, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We were off the air, and Tina, you said you had a question. Did you want to throw out there?
What'd I say?
Huh?
What'd I say real quick?
I don't know.
Said a
You
couple
was
things.
you was talking about a couple of different things about catfishing and things of that nature.
No, I'm gonna let it come back to me.
Yeah, hold that thought. We got a caller. Thank you for calling. He Said, She Said. What's your name? And how you doing today, Miss Jasmine? We doing all right today. So what's your story you got for us for online dating?
I have a bad story, and this is like the worst day in history. So, I met this guy online on POF, which it should be called POS. We meet up. He didn't have a car, so I had to go get him, which is fine. Everybody have their rough patches. So,
That's a big patch.
I get into the car. He says he has to go stop to the store to get, I don't know, refreshments or something. So we pulled to the store. It's cool. We got time before the movie starts. And he was telling me the story about how his brother, somebody had snitched on his brother, and his brother had just got out of jail. Well, we pulled to the store, and there's a guy that was there on the corner, and he says, "Oh, that's the dude that snitched on my brother right there." Hops out the car, and he disappears around the corner. Now, a few minutes pass, and I'm in the car, confused, dazed, I don't know what's going on. I go into the store, and they're fighting. Like, scrapping it out. In the middle of the aisles, they pushing back chips. Blades just fly everywhere. Bazooka Joes just fly everywhere. I did not know what to do. Now, usually, I'm like, I'm a ride or die, I like to think. But I don't know this dude like that. So I didn't want to get involved in the fight and get in trouble, because the cashier, he jumped over the counter and he's like, "Yo, not in my store, go outside." I get back in my car and I dip on him because I don't know what else to do. It was terrible.
So hold on, let me get this right. Make sure I got this story. Y'all, what you say? Y'all met on Plenty of Fish, right? Okay. Nah, you good. Charles cusses all the time. But so where was y'all on y'all way to before y'all made a stop at the store?
Going to the movies. It was just a regular, like, I had been talking to him for like 1 or 2 weeks, you know. It was cool, it was fine. It wasn't like a catfish situation. And like, we seemed to have clicked, so we set the date up. But he had to go to the store to get something. I can't remember, the movie's terrible. But so we pulled to the store, and then he just hopped out the whip and ran out the door, and I'm just in the car like, okay.
Was he light skinned?
Now it's just dark.
Hey! I know what he was running in the store for. So when you seen them scrapping, you said, you know, the hell with this, and you just drove on off.
Hell yeah! I ain't know like that. I'm not trying to take no charges. I got kids to raise. I ain't nobody got time for that.
You should have been going in that store trying to strap instead of scrap.
That's why I say that's what he was going in the store for. Yeah. So let me ask you this. So let me ask you this before we get you up out of here. Who was winning, your date or the other dude?
My date was.
Oh, you should have kept him.
Let me ask you a question. Hey, did you call him back after?
Hell no, I ain't called. Back to that.
Just had to ask.
All right, Ms. Jasmine, we appreciate you calling in and telling your story about online dating, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Do you have any more stories you want to share with us real quick?
I don't have no more stories, but I will say that online dating is dangerous just because you don't know who you get in behind that screen. So anybody that's doing online dating, y'all have to be especially careful and spend some time talking to that person and get to know that person because you don't really know who it is.
I got a question for you, Jazz. What's going on with FaceTime or Skype or anything like that? Because like I was telling them when we was on commercial break, if you run into the grocery store, even if you're at church and you meet somebody and they're kind of like, hey, how you doing? You look nice. You know, can we exchange phone numbers? Or if you meet them at the club, whatever, y'all exchange phone numbers. That's the first time you ever meet them. And then you go out on a date. What's the difference?
You mean the difference between a FaceTime date and a real date?
No. You said you don't know who's behind the screen. I said, but now that FaceTime and Skype and all that exists, you can see who it actually is. But you said you don't know. You got to be able to process and get to know them. That's the same thing if you meet somebody at the club, at the church, or whatever. You still got to process and get to know them. So what's the difference?
Well, I think the difference is between, like, even FaceTime, because even though that is a form of technology, you can still see that person's actions. You can see their facial expressions. You can feel if they're lying or not. You can see it. Versus if I'm just talking to you online and we're just messaging back and forth all day because somebody could be, I don't know, so crazy that they're just copy and pasting conversations that sound good or lines they think that sound good to get you. You know what I mean? So it's different when you have them on FaceTime, you can actually see them, feel them, talk to them, catch their vibe, versus just texting all day or messaging all day.
I know about that copy paste, man.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they were over talking about that copy and paste. They done did some copy and paste back in their day themselves.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Not me.
Hey, but this is how it is when you doing like online dating, depending on what you on there for, right? If you just on there really just to play, that copy and pasting is just you throwing out your pole as many times as you can. You know what I'm saying?
See who's gonna bite.
You know, you gonna throw it out the same way. Every now and then you may deviate, sling it sideways or something like that, but you know, you gonna throw it out there. It's gonna have the same context.
You can at least come original. Like, y'all got some improving to do. And I feel like
you gotta be cold to get the original.
You have to be original. Like, think of some stuff off the top of your head, because with online dating, it's making it easier for guys to run game on girls. Which for y'all, that's great, but for us, not so much. If y'all lead us on and make it seem like something that it's not, because you're not here with us. You just send out a message.
Don't get it misunderstood. I mean, females are running game on guys as well.
I mean, we do, to a certain extent. We're talking about the fellas. We're not talking about the ladies.
Hey, but my copy and paste game was original, like you.
They copy and paste and then say original in the same thing.
But I'm saying though, in a sense, like when you're talking about just for you would think I was original.
Right.
You wouldn't know that that same message has been sent to 10 other people unless I slipped up and sent it to your friend. and y'all sharing stories.
There we go. That's the real Jarvis I want.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because you just proved my point on how scary it is. Because I would never know unless you run a game on somebody that's sitting right next to me.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what's scary though, and I'm not sure if it's on our platforms because I don't really do anything but FaceTime. But I know you have like Facebook where you can FaceTime. Can you do it on Snapchat and stuff?
What, FaceTime?
Yeah, like FaceTime. Okay. Yeah, but what's scary is you can put filters on that now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's scary.
Yeah.
But if you
Like
move the
it's
wrong
bad.
way, it's gonna come off your face, right?
Like a
Yeah,
Snapchat
that's true.
picture because you have like cat ears and like whiskers and shit everywhere. It's not as slick as editing a picture and put it on Instagram.
Nah, but you know that, but you know that one filter that you put it on that just makes your skin look smooth. It turned dark skinned girls light skin.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy.
Embrace your darkness.
I do fall victim to that filter sometimes because it be having me feel like Beyonce on my bad day. So I'm not gonna say I don't use the filter, but I don't trick people either. Like I'll send if someone asks for a picture, I'll send some with the filter and then some without because I'm old school like that.
Hey, listen, man. If I was still single, like for real, like I would have to, like, yeah, I probably had to go back to 2010. I'd be flipping through that. I'd be scrolling up to get to about 2010 to see what you
go all
really
the
look
way
like.
back, yeah.
I mean, you got to, man. It just trips me out how like, and I'm not saying because I've seen guys do it, and it blows my mind that
Do
guys
what?
do it.
Do what?
Put them filters on.
Oh no.
Yeah, it blows my mind to see guys do it.
What guy put? See that's that. See y'all made me get out of character.
Go get that character, Charles. Go get that character.
No.
Nah, but
Hell, you mean you put a filter on?
Oh,
Man.
yeah, Charles uses filters. That's what he said.
No, I don't use no filter. Use a. I need my button.
These are cuss buttons. Well, Ms. Jasmine, we appreciate you calling in and telling us your story. We appreciate you tuning in as well. All right, you too.
you too.
So she had a dude scrapping at like, what type of issue is that? Well, we on the way to the movies and he talking about, there you go, let's get him. He get on out the car.
At least you know he got hands.
He gonna protect her?
He gonna protect
He
you.
gonna
He got
protect.
hands though.
We're going to take another quick commercial break here on He Said, She Said. Hope we have a couple more callers calling in and tell us some more outrageous stories.
Hey, boy, I'm telling you, my copy and paste game was cold. But if you send it to like 10 too many, then they tell you like, hey, you need to switch this up.
Man, just use a base.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just base.
Just use a base.
It's like a base
Right.
introduction. Man.
What's silly though is I remember I was doing that one time on that Black
Oh, we got
Man
another call.
and wrote the wrong name and I kept the same name. I was like, ooh.
Oh, no.
Welcome
See,
back to
that's why
He
you never
Said,
do
She
that.
Said. Our topic today is online dating, and we got another call on the line. Thank you for calling to He Said, She Said. What's your name? Hello, are you there? Hey, thank you for calling to He Said, She Said. Today's topic is online dating, the good, the bad, the ugly. What story you got for us?
Okay, so I use Tinder. This is about Tinder. On my profile, I want to be known I'm tall, 6 foot. So I tell guys, if you short than 6 foot, don't swipe right. Don't waste your time.
What?
So but I think that's what we were doing. As soon as I pulled up, he said, "Hey, I see you." I don't see you. That was kind of creepy. He was watching the animals where you see me from. So we got out the car, and this man, he ain't no 6'1", he about 5'9". So that was first, like, no, that's not gonna work. So we go inside and we eat, and he orders my third for me, and basically tells me what I'm gonna eat because this is my first time eating at this restaurant. So I don't know. He's crazy. But he was talking about meeting my mom and dad already. First day, meeting my son, all that.
Crazy.
And then he was like, "Why don't you come and get my car with me and we'll go together?" No. So I sat in my car, locked the doors, went to Facebook, went to Snapchat and Instagram, blocked him on everything. And he was like, "Just follow me." He texted me and said that, and I said, "Okay." He went left, I went right, and I lost his number, and I never talked to him.
So you stopped talking to him because he didn't meet the height requirement.
Basically, and then but it's funny because like 30 minutes later, he texted him a different number and was like, "You could have been listening to let me know if you didn't want to talk to me, but he wasn't interested." Oh, and he catfished me. You know what catfish is?
Where he had on that hat when you see the picture, and then when he pulled up, it was totally different.
Yes, yes, Humpty Dumpty had on her. Yeah, it was. That's another thing. And he had pictures for sure.
So so he just had a lot of red flags. He was short. He hat fished you.
Catfish. Yes, catfish. Sure.
Hey, I'm mad at the 6'1" thing though.
Yeah, Jarvis is like 5'8".
No, he got that Napoleon complex.
I mean, I can't help it. I don't want to feel like I'm hugging my son when I'm hugging my man. Like, that's just boring.
So what size of guy got to be to talk to you?
He got to be your height.
Oh,
Who's your height?
your IQ?
This is kind of like online.
So you said he got to be my height?
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Now,
So does he got to be Q's height or he got to be Q?
Q.
Size. I don't know.
Does it got to be light skinned? Does it got to be light skinned or dark skinned?
That's okay. What you say?
Does it got to be light skinned or dark skinned?
It don't matter.
Yeah, don't pay no attention to them. Don't let them get you riled up there. You like who you like, rather
They said
6'4".
shoot your shot, sis.
Yes, sir.
Well, they telling you on Facebook to shoot your shot. You trying to shoot your shot? Is that what you doing?
Yes, sir.
For me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
No, are you trying to shoot your shot? What?
Oh.
Well, I tell you what, you can jump on in this inbox so we can see what happened to you.
Okay.
Yeah, she ain't got no worries now. But
I'm trying to think what I'm going to say to you. That's what I'm doing.
Oh.
you think what you gonna say to me in the inbox?
Hey girl, just take off from the free throw line. Take off from the free throw line. Jordan did it and he made it.
Yeah, just go ahead.
So sorry.
Well, we're gonna end the show early. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Well, Miss Ray, we appreciate you calling in and tuning into the show and telling us your story.
Hi.
You too.
All right, you too. Man, I don't know what's going on here today, but we're going to take another quick commercial break.
Hey, Tiffany, he is blushing. He red as he can be.
Wasn't he?
He red as he can be over here. Don't put your face down.
Huh?
Lift your face up.
Lift my face up?
Yeah,
Keep my head up?
Yeah, Tiffany want to know if you blush.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Shout out to Tiffany. We went to high school together. But anyways, we're going to take a quick commercial break on He Said, She Said. I'm about to check my inbox.
Yeah.
I don't know who Tiffany is.
I don't know who Tiffany
That was
is.
Tiffany that said he's blushing.
But Q know.
I don't know about it. Nah, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Light skin to red.
Yeah, y'all wild.
Red.
Hey, I got an idea for a show, so y'all can't do it when I'm gone next week.
Dang. That means you need to come back in time. You said you coming right back. All right.
It's a 5 hour.
I'll take that back. That's a black woman's hair.
I'm saying if I can make it back, it's
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
man. Your hair appointment's at 9.
9:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
Takes about 5 hours.
You ain't even getting in the seat till 12.
No, not with her. She's ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. she's
Told you,
ready.
look, chicks on here love Tina, boy. Hey, Tina. They love you.
Hey,
They
y'all.
love
Hey,
you.
ladies. Hey, Tina. Don't start, Charles.
Hey.
Push.
I'm
What it do, Paul?
I'm staying in my place. Yeah, get in that inbox, Q.
Barbara, where my birthday gift at? Barbara.
Where's he? He
Barbara, yeah. Bobby Boucher.
I think he was up in there or somewhere.
No, I think he just shared it. I want to know, and I know it's going to be a controversial story, what people's thoughts are when you in a relationship, a serious relationship or a marriage, on you having friendships with people that, A, is either your ex or that you slept with in the past. It could be 20 years, 15 years, any type of, can you be friendly or are they exed out? That's a sensitive subject. Some people's okay with it, some people's not. Where do you draw the line?
I think you're going to find two different for men and women.
Yeah, it's going to be two different conversations.
Different.
Well, kind of, because men will want to do it, but they don't want their women to do it. Men have.
Nah, I ain't got no. Unless
I
it's
got a
like
different philosophy on it.
I mean, I think guys, guys have women that they smashed back in the day and it just didn't work out, whatever. And they see them, hey, what's up? It's cool, whatever. But a man don't want a picture.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with saying, hey, what's up? You know, being cool, but I
With
think
Facebook. Can you communicate on Facebook?
Man, look, she gonna do what she wanna do, so what am I gonna worry about it?
I feel that too.
I mean, I feel like
that's-
everybody don't have it like that.
That's how I think about it.
I'm going out. I'm going to get some lunch with a friend, y'all.
Okay.
Who you going with?
We going to get some lunch.
I mean, I'm gonna ask you.
We
You know
go.
what? I'm glad you said it. I am hungry. Let's go.
We going.
I may say who you going with. I may
I'm
not.
going to grab a burger with Q Walker.
Hey.
What you do? She gonna do it anyway. If you try to tell her no,
Think so?
and you try to control her, she gonna do it anyway. So hopefully she got respect for what y'all got going on.
This nigga said something about check your messages. The girl sent that info.
Oh yes, it's on, but it's on live.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back to He Said, She Said, and today's topic is online dating, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I won't touch on some of the ugly because on the page today, somebody sent in a story, you know, I don't know if y'all read it, and it was about that young lady who, she went out on a date with a dude pretty much. They got together. They was in the same car, and, you know, he kept trying to persuade her to go home. And did you read that earlier?
read it, yeah.
And they ended up at his house. I don't know if you saw it today, Charles, but pretty much they ended up at his house because they rode together. And he was like, you know, you should just come in and chill for a second. And she's like, nah. He's like, well, I thought you had to use the bathroom. And she's like, I do. He was like, well, you know, go and use the bathroom. So she went in to use the bathroom.
And what did he do?
She came out the bathroom, and this is her words, not mine, in the story. When she came out the bathroom, my guy was nothing but a Speedo on.
Yeah, I believe.
Talking about let's cuddle.
Talking about let's cuddle.
What's wrong with cuddling?
Hey, the silly thing is, man, is I had a homeboy tell me that he used to do stuff like that, but it wasn't like off a first date from meeting online, but he used to call it the Jack Naked.
The what?
The Jack Naked is what he used to call it. So he said what he would do is he would go to the bathroom, come out, and he'd just be butt naked. And he'd just come out, and he said he said he was basically like it was gonna go one or two ways from her. Either
you gonna accept it or you gonna be out the
or she
door.
was gonna freak out and be like,
That's why they over with the Me Too movement now.
I know for dudes like that. But we got another call on the line. Thank you for calling in to He Said, She Said. What's your name and what story you got for us?
My name is Soria, and I am calling about online dating, and how I met the love of my life on there.
Hey, we got a success story. All right, so go and break it down to us like a fraction. How'd it happen?
Okay, first off, I was on POL. A lot of people don't use POL. You know, you have to get in your bed on POL. And I had my bed, but we was talking, and I stopped talking to him because I met someone else.
Alright.
But it didn't work out with the other person, so I got back on there, and he found me again. So I met, we talked a little bit, we went on a date, and we still together, and now I'm having my first child by him. And
Aww, congratulations.
Oh, well, congratulations.
it'll be 2 years for us in July, so I'm proud of my online story.
That's what's up.
Is it going good though? Is it going good?
Like
for
happily
real?
married.
It's going good for real. I can't even lie. It's going good. Like, too good to be true. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you a question though. So, like some of the people I know that I guess fool with the online dating or whatever, you know, the multiple apps or whatever to whether it's hook up or find a relationship or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know that they are frequent users of that. So when you got in your relationship, did both of you guys still like log on to the app and still play a little bit before I guess you guys knew it was serious? Or even after that, you know what I'm saying? Like, was there a conversation that like, hey,
We had a conversation to log off and not get on it no more. But I didn't really log off mine because I wanted to check to see if he really logged off his. So when I see that he really logged off his, I ended my account.
Oh, wait a minute. So y'all was basically playing chicken. You was like, well, I'm going to keep mine just in case because I don't know if he for real about his.
Hey, yeah, that's what I did.
And how long did you do that until you realized that he wasn't on his no more?
Not a month.
Yeah.
Like chatting and looking and stuff. I just went on there like a month later to see if he still had his account on there because I wasn't getting on there on the regular, so I had to make sure he wasn't getting on there because you can look to see when someone's been on there the last time. So I got on there to check and I said, "Oh, you really deactivated his account?" So I said, "Okay, I guess I do mine."
How you know he didn't have another account with just another name? How you know that?
Well, he better not have another account with another name.
Oh.
You better stop, Q.
Huh?
Stop.
I know. I'm about to have a question to him when he get home. So let me see your phone.
I was like, man, make sure you ain't got no account.
No,
If
she
you are trying
pregnant.
to pull it out.
Hey, dudes is grimy these days.
Hey, you know she pregnant. Don't try to send her in labor.
I ain't gonna send it later. I just want to make sure that she got a happy home. That's all I'm
Hey,
saying.
hey, but we're not gonna ruin that. You got a success story.
That's right.
You know, we're not
That's
gonna
right.
ruin that. Kudos to you. You know, more power to your relationship. I respect it. So
Congrats. Hopefully you got more success stories out there.
I know it. And then, you know what's crazy is you actually got a success story from POF. A lot of people don't have success stories from their website.
Well, when I first got on POF, it was horrible. It was horrible. Catfish and all. It was terrible. But when I made another account, it was a little bit better.
Oh, so you got multiple accounts, huh? So the story get a little deeper.
So I got awesome as well because I was getting bored. So when I didn't meet nobody I met people on the first time I deactivated, I get thanks to me, and then like some months later, I decided to make another one.
I mean, you know what it stands for, don't you? Q?
Plenty of fish.
No.
What's it stand for?
Plenty of foolishness.
Is that what it is? You been on there before, Charles?
Nah, man, it's
Hey,
foolishness.
but my homeboy made a good point one time when he was talking about it, because I used to always joke around with him about how he was on like every single dating website that there was, but he made perfectly good sense when he was like, listen, I can go out to the club every weekend and spend $20, $30, $40 a month going to the club, buying some drinks, or I could pay $20 for this Match.com membership and get the full access to it for $20 a month and have access to women just like I would in the club.
That's true.
So I mean, it make perfect sense, and I feel with it being 2019 now, I don't really see nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's.
I didn't use none of the ones you had to pay for. I only used free ones.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Trying to get a husband on the budget.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Jarvis. I mean, like, how many people are actually going to the club looking for somebody?
Now you're right. But that's the same thing with online. That's the same thing with online. So I don't feel like it's any different. I feel like it's the same. Like your intentions are gonna be your intentions,
Yeah.
right? So
If you're gonna go there, if you're gonna look for somebody, you're gonna look online. If you just want sex from the club, you're just gonna look for sex. If you want just sex online, you can get plenty of sex online. Yeah. Yeah, because I believe there's probably more people online than there is probably in the club.
I ain't trying to get none of that.
You ain't trying to get none of that? Not online? You scared of that?
Yeah, I'm scared of that thing. I mean, think about it. You don't know. Like, you don't know what you're going to run into online like that. But you don't know what you're going to run into
At the club?
out here either.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing.
It's just out of control, man. It's
It's out of
savage
control.
life, man. It's savage life. That's why get you on, throw up the deuces.
I'm about to jump in somebody's inbox. I'm ready to get me
Yeah,
one.
go ahead.
Well, we appreciate you calling into the show. We appreciate you tuning in. All right, bye-bye. Man, so we had 2 horror stories and 1 success story. And did she say she was engaged to her
Married.
dude? Well, she was married to him.
Married and
She
expecting.
said married?
Yeah, she's
Married.
married.
Yeah, I didn't know
2
she
years.
said.
Married 2 years and expecting.
Oh, okay. I thought she said it's been 2 years.
That's what I thought she said. It's been 2 years. I didn't know she was married.
I think she said she
I
was
thought
married.
she said she was married. We could be wrong. Man.
No, that's kind of dope.
Hey, I'm single. Somebody said they single.
we done turned this into he said, she said, Match.com business just today.
That's cute. That's that light skin work, boy.
Is that what that is?
That's 6'3".
6'4".
Oh, sorry.
6'4", 225. But that's neither here nor there right
225
now.
light skin
That's
work, right?
neither here nor there.
Yeah.
She's not. Okay, she said she's not married.
Hey, yeah, Q said he doing the show next week with no shirt on.
No shirt and straight speedo.
Speedo
Straight
action.
Speedo.
No, actually,
Jack-
So
Jack-
Tina, how's your day today, Tina? You doing okay
G-string
today?
action.
You
I'm
doing all
feeling
right
great
today?
today.
That's good. So what's your take on the whole online day, good, bad, and ugly? What advice would you have for women out here nowadays?
I actually have a question. This is my thing. I didn't go on Facebook looking for a relationship. So, what makes someone want to get online? I mean, right now at our age, I guess, or in this generation, is it because you don't want to find anybody here in the same city, and you want to find somebody in a different state? I've heard a lot of men that are in places like California and Texas say they're just too busy to actually go out and date. So that's the easiest way. But my thing is, like, a lot of people's like, did he move from California? You get with somebody, are you willing to move? You know what I mean? You might meet somebody in another whole nother.
State, but that goes back to what Charles was saying earlier. There's a lot of variables included with. Does she have kids? Do you have kids?
Right.
Are your kids even here? Like, are your kids in another state to where you travel to them, and so therefore, if you move away, then you even farther from your kids now. So it's a lot of variables included in that.
When you got online dating,
Sure,
women just.
So when you found your guy, was you just scrolling through Facebook and you just said, "Oh, who's that?"
No, we had a mutual acquaintance at the time, and she had mentioned him before, but she was kind of hating, so she didn't want to come back and actually tell me. So I went on there and found him myself. I looked him up. I stalked him. Hey, how you doing? I'm such and such a friend. What's up? He read it. He didn't respond for about 3 days. But you know.
He left you on red? He left you on red?
I don't know if they had that feature
Did
then.
they have red back then where you
In
just read it?
2011, I don't know.
Red, I don't know what that is.
But-
Wait,
but-
they left your read?
Oh, red.
Yeah,
Oh,
red.
yeah.
But he worked in the surgery department, so he was busy a lot.
So you
So I
got
got to go.
surgeon.
But then I ain't say he's a cardiac perfusionist.
Hey, speak on it.
Look it up.
Speak on it.
So
Ladies, you never know what you're missing out here.
Busy lifestyle. Busy
busy,
lifestyle.
busy lifestyle.
Busy
And
lifestyle.
and to be honest with you, like real talk, I don't think that he intended to marry a woman that lived in California that had 3 kids. You know what I mean? He was single.
Live in Kentucky.
What'd I say?
California.
Yeah, sorry. That lived in Kentucky. I don't think he planned on leaving California to marry a woman in Kentucky that had 3 kids already. You know, but you know.
Did he have any kids?
Nah, he didn't have any kids. Single. And come on, man. Single, LA man.
And the surgery.
Great career.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Craig.
Yeah.
Y'all see.
Shout out to you,
Y'all
Chrissy
see
J.
Craig.
Chrissy J.
Put that wagon on. So we ready to wrap things up out here. So, like, what advice would you have for ladies in our generation about online dating? Should they do it? Should they not do it? Should they do it the old-fashioned way?
I mean, I think that with anything you do, you just gotta take precautions, be careful. But ladies, shoot your shot. At the end of the day, you can meet somebody at church, and they still might not be the one. You can meet somebody online and get them like I did. So,
Hey, ladies, shoot your shot. Moral of the story.
we in 2019, shoot your shot. Don't worry about what nobody's saying.
Hey, you got people on Facebook, so you give them hope right now.
Yeah, but you know the thing about that though, even though you tell them to shoot their shot, you know, a lot of them are still, you know, like they're really even if they shoot their shot, they still have all these different things that they're worried about. You know, is he this? Is he that? And I get it. I mean, it makes logical sense. It's just it's a difficult thing. Online dating is still as difficult as regular dating.
But at the same time, now I done heard one of my homeboys say easily that, and I know this for a fact because I've been with him in the club or out and about. He has way more confidence online.
Oh, it's no question.
Yeah.
Talking to
It's
the
no
girl
question
as
because
opposed to in the club.
yeah, because you sitting behind
Yeah.
behind the computer, you can say
Yeah,
whatever
you
you
say
want.
what you want. You can be Twitter
You can be
famous.
reckless.
Yeah.
You can talk that game. You can
And
do whatever
it's
you want.
and it's more or less of a thing of, you know, you don't have to worry about that, the homegirl pulling her away and you standing there looking stupid, like in the club or something like that.
I
So,
think it's just more so a fear of rejection, face-to-face, intimate, versus you rejecting me online. I can just move on.
Right.
If we in a club and I try to holler at you, you know what I'm saying, you tell me going about my way, then that's like, dang, like, that's,
see, but it's so crazy for me because I promise you, I've been rejected, but I've never had a fear of rejection. Like I've always said, like, hey man, it's a 50-50 chance, dog. Either she gonna think I'm something or she ain't gonna. And I'm a realist enough to know that everybody ain't gonna think I'm cute. And I can deal with that. But if I see something I want,
You gonna go get it.
You gotta go shoot
then
your
I'm
shot.
gonna get it.
But I think honestly, and a lot of women probably wouldn't agree with me in this, men have, and I'm not talking about safety, men have more to worry about meeting a woman online than women do because, well, most men, like you said, most men aren't putting on pictures. What you see is what you get, like you said, unless you get hatfish or something like that. Women, and I'm not taking nothing away from them, but it is what it is. You know, we got the weaves, we got the lashes, we got the makeup, we got the waist trainers,
Yeah.
we got the booty poppers, we got whatever it is.
All that.
Push-up bras, whatever it is. So for men,
Snapchat
since you're online,
filters.
Yeah, all
everything.
that.
So when they see that, even if you are online, you have the stuff on. When they get you home or they get you out in public,
totally different.
it's something
person.
totally different.
Yeah.
You know, and by this time y'all done talked, y'all done started vibing, and
Yeah, but you know,
women
you
don't have to
also-
worry about that.
But you know, you also run into them situations where you're dealing with people that are, you know, you meet people that are married,
Yeah,
you know, and they having issues and they at home.
They just
happen
want to
be
sneak
married,
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just, you know, and you don't know it. They don't communicate it
Yeah.
to you. And then, you know, y'all done developed this other relationship, you know, whatever. And then the next thing you know, hey, I just need to let you know
I
I'm
mean-
married, blah, blah, blah.
Some people out here know they married.
But I think it's cool that. But I think it's cool that it's even getting like specific, like Christian mingle. You got the little.
Black people meet.
Black people meet. Like I've never been on the little cougar site, but I heard that's.
I don't see why they couldn't.
Anybody can.
Yeah. I mean, but I hear it's a site for like cougars. Or guys who want to be with a cougar or whatever. There's the sugar
babies.
Yeah, sugar babies. You know, you got all, so it's specific. So it almost breaks it down to let you be intentional about what you want to do. Or you shoot your shot on Tinder or whatever. I ain't really never ever been on Tinder like that for real, but
like that.
I mean, I downloaded it once, and at first I didn't even really know it was like one of them type of websites. I thought it was something similar to like an IG or like a Facebook. And when I got it, I'm like. But everybody will tell you, like, I'm not the type to sit there, like, I don't entertain, like, you know, I never really did entertain. I think since maybe Black Planet and MySpace, after that, I never entertained, like, the POFs and stuff like that. Like, I may have got on it, and then I'm just like, probably after a day or two, I'm like, man, I'm done. I ain't got time to be, I just don't have the patience for all that stuff, and I'd rather, you know, if anything, I'd rather meet someone out or through a mutual friend or something like that. So
more of the story, shoot your shot.
Okay, we have a Portia. She said bbwlovers.com, but we got another caller right now. Thank you for calling the He Said She Said. What's your online dating story?
Are you ready for me?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your story?
Okay, so I met a guy, and he said he wanted to take me on a nice romantic date. So my friend ended up dropping me off because he was late. When I got to the car, there was trash everywhere. So much trash that he had to go get a towel for me to sit on.
In the car?
So I was immediately disgusted. As we were on our way to the restaurant, he was like, so where are you going to go? Miyako's or Applebee's? I was like, that's not romantic. Applebee's, you can take me home. We get to the restaurant. I asked, you know, do I have a budget to pay, you know, for how much I can spend? No, I'm not no broke dude. That's fine. So I'll order. We get the check. He just starts sweating and wiping his forehead and just like making this nervous noise. And the check ended up being like $86, so I ended up having to split it.
Oh.
The waiter comes back and was like, well, sir, do you need to go wash dishes?